All right. Hare Krishna, let's continue. Our break is over. All right. Three people. We'll continue from text 27. The actual form of life for the living entities is one of spiritual happiness, which is real happiness. This happiness can be achieved only when one stops all materialistic activities. It is a powerful realization. Material sense enjoyment is simply imagination. Therefore, considering this subject matter, I have ceased from all material activities, and I'm lying down here. Powerful realization. Purpose elucidate. It is said, therefore, that although the Mayavadi philosophers strive to refrain from materialistic activities and merge in Brahman, and although they may actually merge in the Brahman existence for want of activity, they fall down again into materialistic activity. Yes. What they are trying to avoid, they will come back to it, because that is not a proper understanding. Aruhya krichre na param padam tata padanti adha. Thus, the so-called renouncer, unable to remain in meditation upon Brahman, returns to materialist activities by opening hospitals and schools and so on. Therefore, simply by cultivating knowledge and materialistic activity cannot give one happiness, and that one should consequently cease from such activities is insufficient. We cannot stop all activities because the soul is described as cheta, conscious. Conscious means activity, full engagement. We are cheta by nature. That is eternal nature. So it's not about giving up activities by purifying activities. One should cease from materialistic activities and take up spiritual activities. Yes. Transformation. Then the solution to problem will be achieved. Spiritual activities, activity performed according to the order of Krishna. Anukulena Krishna Anushalanam. If one does whatever Krishna says, his activities are not material. For example, when Arjuna fought in response to the order of Krishna, his activities were not material. Fighting for sanctification is a materialistic activity. But fighting by the order of Krishna is spiritual. By spiritual activity, one becomes eligible to go back to Godhead and then enjoy blissful life eternally. Eternally. Yes. Jagaratar karma no nyata lukujam karma bandhana. If one works for the sake of pleasing the Supreme Lord, Jagya or Vishnu, one is in liberated life. If one fails to do so, however, he remains in life of bondage. The Abhaduti Brahmana continued. In this way, the conditioned soul living within the body forget his self-interest, because he identifies himself with the body. Because the body is material, his natural tendency is to be attracted by the varieties of the material world. Thus, the living entity suffers the miseries of material existence. There is no question of miseries for the spiritual being. As Krishna is always happy, the living entities who are his part and parcel are also happy by nature. But because of being put within this material world and forgetting the eternal relationship with Krishna, they have forgotten their real nature. Because every one of us is a part of Krishna, we have a very affectionate relationship with him. But because we have forgotten our identities and are considering the body to be the self, we are afflicted by all troubles of birth, death, old age, and disease. This misconception in materialistic life continues unless and until one comes to understand his relationship with Krishna. The happiness sought by the conditioned soul is certainly only illusion, as explained in the next verse. For a perfect example, just as a deer, because of ignorance, cannot see the water within a well covered by grass, but runs after water elsewhere, the living entity covered by the material body does not see the happiness within himself, but runs after happiness in the material world. The Avadhuta Brahmana is not going here and there, but is very happy and satisfied and very fat. Because he's satisfied, he's fat. But those who are running here and there, they're not so fat. Full of anxiety cannot make one fat. One get older than one's age. That's what we see every day. So therefore, we should try to overcome unnecessary anxiety. Unnecessary anxiety. We should try to overcome unnecessary anxiety. So many excessive anxiety. The devotees will have always spiritual anxiety, not excessive anxiety. Everyone in this material world thinks, my enjoyment is with you. That's our problem in this world. My enjoyment, my happiness is in you. So we are looking for the soulmate to give us that, the soulmate to give us that pleasure. You understand? Soulmate? Do you understand? What do you mean by soulmate? Everyone is looking for soulmate. Why are we looking for soulmate? Yeah, my soulmate, you have my enjoyment is in your body. That's the illusion. Yes. Our happiness or enjoyment is not in someone's body. Because that person is also thinking that his or her enjoyment is in your own body. Can you imagine two empty people coming together to fulfill each other, to cover each other's emptiness? You are empty and I'm empty, but we are coming together to cover, to fill the void of each other. You are empty, I'm empty. How will I fill your void? How will you fill my void? It's not possible. Therefore, the end result is fighting, quarreling, anxiety, divorce, separation. Because two empty people are coming together with illusion, with expectation. One who is coming to somebody with expectation will be disappointed. Anyone who is coming to somebody with expectation will be disappointed. And it will not make one to appreciate. If you're not expecting anything from somebody, if you get it, you will appreciate. And you feel happy, you will appreciate the person. If you're expecting something, and if you get it, you say, oh, I didn't get what I'm expecting. You give me too low. So I will not tell you thank you. If you're not expecting something, you will say thank you. Even if it is one, you say thank you. You'll appreciate it. You value it. So in any relationship which need to be maintained, or if we want to maintain a relationship, if you want to cultivate long-lasting relationship, we should not come with expectations. We should come with the mood to give. Savanti Brahmana said, just as a deer, because of ignorance. What is our ignorance? Our ignorance is that I'm coming to get from you, you're coming to get from me. You don't have it, I don't have it. How will we be happy with each other? Disappointment. Devotees should come together to give, not to take. Our society is predominantly dominated by the mentality of taking society. This is a take society. Therefore, we cannot expect anything wonderful from here. Our situation will be like a deer running the desert to get water, forgetting that according to Bhagavad Gita, our happiness is within. It is within, not outside. It is within. It's within. We should search for it within. The life of the spiritual soul is compared herein to water, from which clumps of matter grow in the form of grass. One who is ignorant of scientific knowledge of the spirit soul does not look outside the body to find happiness in the soul. Instead, he goes outside to search for happiness, just as a deer, without knowledge of the water beneath the grass, goes out to the desert to find it, to find water. The Krishna consciousness movement is trying to remove the ignorance of misled human beings who are trying to find water outside the jurisdiction of life. The taste of water is Krishna. To quench one's thirst, one must taste water by association with Krishna. This is the Vedic injunction. Go to Krishna. Should only go to Krishna. Only in Krishna consciousness that will fulfill that. 30. The living entity tries to achieve happiness and rid himself of the causes of distress. But because the various bodies of the living entities are under the full control of material nature, all his plans in different bodies, one after another, are ultimately baffled. Our success in life is not about trying to undo the distress material energy is given to us. That is not the solution to problem. We are simply trying to overcome the distress material energy is given to us. That is not the solution. The solution is to take to Krishna consciousness, because we will never be able to overcome the misery the material energy is offering. Because the misery material energy is offering to us is due to our own selfish desire. It's not just that it's just coming. It is coming through our own selfish desire. Until we give up selfish desire, how will we do that? Not artificially. Not artificially. By trying to merge into Krishna. It is by a scientific process of serving Krishna with love. Or learning how to serve Krishna. So the Avadut Brahmana, he is detached from his experience. So he's sharing it with us. Yes. The result is that one again and again makes plans and is baffled. But as foolish as he is, he cannot see the cause of his bafflement. This cause is distinctly stated by Gita because one has not surrendered to the supreme personality of Godhead. He must work under the control of material nature and its stringent laws. Devi hi sagunama yi mama maya duratya ya duratya ya. By Gita location source, the proper translated almost impossible. Why he say almost impossible? Because mam eva ye propagante mayam. Mam eva ye propagante mayam eva. So what is it? Mayam etam tarantite. Yes. Because of that, by surrendering to Krishna, that is the loophole. Otherwise, it's impossible. Without Krishna, it's impossible. But it is not impossible because of Krishna. Because Krishna is there. Therefore, because one has not surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, yes, we have to surrender to Krishna. The only means of becoming free from this entanglement is to surrender to the Supreme Lord. In the human form of life, the living entity must accept this instruction from the Supreme Person, Krishna. Sarvadharman paritejamam ekam saramam vraja. Do not plan to achieve happiness and drive away this test. You won't be able to do it. We will not be able to do it. We cannot do that without Krishna consciousness. First of all, we already mentioned the distress we are getting is coming from our sinful activities. So we cannot control to do sinful activities and at the same time work hard to undo it. It's not possible. So properly using the word stringent law. Stringent means we cannot overcome it by our strength. The only thing is to surrender to Krishna. Do not plan to achieve happiness and drive away distress. You would never be successful. Simply surrender unto me. That's the solution. Unfortunately, however, the living entity does not accept the Supreme Lord's clearly stated instruction from Bhagavad Gita, and thus he becomes a perpetual captive of the laws of material nature. Perpetual captive. A very strong word, really. Perpetual captive. We cannot overcome. We have to get out of it. Materialistic activities are always mixed with three kinds of miserable conditions. That is true. That is true. Perfect. Adhyatmika, Adidaivika, and Adibhutika. Therefore, even if one achieves some success by performing such activities, what is the benefit of this success? One is still subjected to birth, death, old age, and disease, and the reactions of these fruitive activities. That's all. No one can escape the threefold miseries of materialistic life, namely miseries pertaining to the body and mind, miseries pertaining to the difficulties imposed by society, community, nation, and other living entities, and miseries inflicted upon us by natural disturbances, from earthquakes, famines, droughts, floods, epidemics, and so on. If one works very hard suffering the threefold miseries and then is successful in getting some small benefit, what is the value of this benefit? Besides that, even if a karmi is successful in accumulating some material wealth, he still cannot enjoy it, for he must die in bereavement. He must die in bereavement. I have even seen a dying man begging a medical attendant to increase his life by 4 years so that he could complete his material plans. Of course, the medical man was unsuccessful in expanding the life of the man, who therefore died in great bereavement. Everyone must die in this way, and after one's mental condition is taken into account by the laws of material nature, he is given another chance to fulfill his desires in a different body. There are many politicians, social reformers, and philosophers who died very miserably without deriving any practical value from their material plans. Therefore, a sane and sensible man never desired to work hard under the conditions of threefold miseries, only to die in disappointment. The Brahmana continued, I am actually seeing how a rich man who is a victim of his senses is very greedy to accumulate wealth and therefore suffers from insomnia due to fear from all sides, despite his wealth and opulence. Yes, Nrsimha, the type of
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, we are hearing from Avantika Brahmana.
Avadut Brahmana.
Avadut Brahmana, okay Maharaj.
Yes. Avanti Brahmana is in the 11th canto. It's in the 11th canto.
23rd chapter.
Yes. Yes. It's Avadut. Yes. Insomnia. So many people cannot sleep without taking pills. So many. As far as our Krishna conscious movement is concerned, we are getting money naturally by the grace of God, by selling our literature. This literature is not sold for our sense gratification. To spread the Krishna consciousness movement, we need so many things, and Krishna is therefore supplying us the requisite money to advance this mission. The mission of Krishna is to spread the Krishna consciousness all over the world. And for this purpose, we naturally must have sufficient money. Therefore, according to the advice of Rupa Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, we should not give up attachment to money that can spread the Krishna consciousness movement. Srila Rupa Goswami says in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prapanchikata ya buddhya hari sambandhi vastunaha mukshubi parityago paragyam falgu katyate. When persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things which are related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, though they are material, this is called incomplete renunciation. Money that can help in spreading the Christian conscious movement is not a part of the material world, and we should not give it up thinking that it is material. Then Rupa Goswami continued to explain. Anashaktisha bisayan jataraham upayun jataha nirbanda Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchate. When one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accept everything in relation to Krishna, one is rightly situated above possessiveness. We get everything without our personal interests. Our personal interests will not be there, but we should get everything, and we should use everything for Krishna without our personal interests. That is perfect renunciation. Money is undoubtedly coming in great quantities, but we should not be attached to this money for sense gratification. Every cent should be spent for spreading the Christian consciousness movement, not for sense gratification. Ramanujacharya eat only 4 chapatis. Only 4 chapatis. And after he built his, that time they were nothing. After he constructed his magnificent big temple, very opulent food, everything was there. And when he started coming, he still maintained his 4 chapatis. He never increased it. This is Yukta Vairagya. So not for signification. A practical examples. Prabhupada himself. Yes, he never increased. He never increased his eating He didn't buy aircraft for himself. In Nigeria here, they have so many private jets. Our politicians, they have private jets in Nigeria. Private jets. Even the religious Christian leaders, they have private jets. One of them has 3 private jets. One person, 3 private jets. Nigeria. Foolish, foolish demons. But Ramaduracharya, he didn't increase his chapati 4 when he was not so opulent, and he maintained 4 after the opulence. It remained the same thing. So why they work so hard? Look at our Goswamis. Before they had a temple, they live a simple life. After they have the temple, the same simple life. They never change. Okay, now I was suffering before, but now there is a chance to enjoy. No, natural renunciation. So properly speaking, very clearly, everything in detail, everything in detail. There is danger for a preacher when he receives great quantities of money. For as soon as he spends even a single cent of the collection for his personal sense gratification, he becomes a fallen victim. The preachers of Krishna consciousness movement should be extremely careful not to misuse the immense quantities of money needed to spread this movement. Let us not make this money the cause of our distress. It should be used for Krishna, and that will cause our eternal happiness. Money is Lakshmi, or the goddess of fortune, the companion of Narayan. Lakshmi ji must always remain with Narayan, and then there need be no fear of degradation. Lakshmi Nitai Prabhu, a singer.
Maharaj here mentioned Lakshmi must always remain with Narayan, and then there need be no fear of degradation. But we are seeing our in Krishna consciousness movement, Brahmachari has lot of money in bank, crore rupee. Why Brahmachari should have like this money, and Sannyasin also?
They are not Brahmacharis. They are not Brahmacharis. They will get married very soon. They are preparing to get married. That's why they are keeping their money.
Even they got their money. They have money in bank. But the authority did not say nothing. They are still wearing saffron dress.
They are not Brahmacharis. They are not Brahmacharis. Actually, not even Brahmacharis. They are not devotees. They are not devotees. Many Krishna said 4 kinds of people come to him. Krishna didn't say 1 kind of people will come to him. Krishna said how many? 4. 4. Those who are looking for money. So we are making mistake to think that only 1 kind of people will come to Krishna. Krishna didn't say that. He said 4. Those who are looking for money, they will come. Those who are in distress, they will come. Those who are looking for knowledge, very, very few. Those who are looking for knowledge, those who are really looking for Krishna, very, very few. Extremely few. Very, very few. Majority are come to Krishna for Krishna paraphernalia, not for Krishna. And that shows by the activities. They are giving crores of money for personal things. That is not Krishna consciousness. That is stealing. Thieves. Thieves. They are falling already. Prabhupada said that is the cause of degradation. When they are giving such money, they will become fearful, become insecure. They will be planning when to leave the movement and what to do.
So, Maharaj, how we can deal with them? Because they are very powerful. Powerful position.
Yes. They are not powerful. Krishna is going to deal with them because we don't have able leaders. We don't have able leaders today. That's the problem. So don't be surprised that those devotees they're not alone. That is why they are there. They're not alone. They're working under the so-called manager, so-called leader. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. You should look at why are they under somebody, and why that person not looking at them. He knows. So it is his money. He's keeping with those so-called brahmacharis. They have their plan. They are not devotees. They are not devotees. A devotee cannot do that. We are looking at life of devotees here, and no devotees. Yes, Guru Dayanath Prabhu.
Yes, Maharaj. So it's the same, for example, some sannyasis and some brahmacharis have some money in the bank and living with that interest, but they use that money in Krishna consciousness. Is that okay? If they have separate like bank accounts to maintain themselves to serve?
To maintain themselves? To serve? That's what they say? Or they are using it for Krishna?
For example, yes, they serve Krishna, but also they need to maintain themselves. So they keep money in the bank, so they live with the interest of the bank. That it's okay?
If they are living for themselves, that is not right. That's not right. If they are living for themselves, that's not right. They didn't get the money from their parents. They get it in the name of Krishna. They never in the name of the movement. So it is Krishna's money they are stealing. And they have different plan, not Krishna's plan. If one is managing a temple, and is a good manager who has a vision, and is saving that money for the society and using it for the service of the movement, that's a different thing. But one is using it to serve himself, that is stealing. It is criminal activity. Even if we think we are very strong and we don't have somebody we are being supported by so-called managers, the Christian will take care of us very soon. We will pay for it very dearly.
But what about if this brahmachari or this sannyasi has money from his past? It's okay for the sannyasi or brahmachari maintain for Krishna service that money in the bank?
If the person was working before he has the money, or he get inheritance from the parent and is keeping, he have the money, that is his money. It's okay. It's okay. But if he's a brahmachari, he would donate it to the movement. Of course, today also our leaders are not managing properly, so our leadership is also bringing some insecurity to some devotees. So they are protecting themselves by doing this. So many things are causing problems. Because you don't have faith in our leaders. If you give the whole money to the temple and tomorrow have difficulty, you are going to have difficulty. The fear, the insecurity also pushes some weak devotees to misbehave. Mahaprabhu Kripa Prabhu.
Maharaj, the orientation of money has got ingrained a lot. I wanted to seek your, correction on the thought. When you have Janmashtami, you have lines which are VVIP lines and VIP lines, and then Abhishekam, you have, so anybody who has paid 1 lakh rupees, 1,50,000 rupees, they are allowed. Others are not even allowed to touch Abhishek. And likewise, there is a very clear indication that anybody who has money is given the preference, and anybody who has no money has no preference. Likewise, in Vrindavan also, like we were discussing yesterday, the entire Gurukul has been broken, and now a new structure is being built. And that is a guest house. Anybody who has got 20 lakh rupees can live for 15 days during Kartik. Anybody who has got 15 lakh rupees can live for 15 days during non-Kartik. So it is anyway out of bounds for devotees, but it is only in bounds for people who have money. And if somebody is willing to give 15-20 lakh rupees, it means he must be having tons of money. So this is being practiced all over. So I just wanted to be corrected. What is the thought? How do we go about it?
This is wrong. This is wrong. We are making our society a materialistic society, not a spiritual organization. This is wrong. We are becoming too money conscious. We are becoming too materialistic. That we are bringing a lot of contamination to our movement. It is wrong. It is making it is watering down the potency. If you have money, you are recognized. If you don't have money, you are not recognized. That is not Krishna consciousness. And people are seeing us. Many people are seeing us like this. So they think, oh, these people, they're just after money. I've had this many times. The people are saying, like, oh, these are saying, oh, just money. That's what they're after. Harassing people for money because of this. So a sincere person does not have chance. You're not recognized because you're not giving millions to the temple. And also, some people are collecting money to recommend them to the spiritual master of initiation. They have big money. And also some of our gurus also, they will go to such disciples to go and stay. They will not come to the temple because they're going to get opulent prasadam and get heavy material facilities. All these things are completely out of bhakti process. The purity is going down. It is wrong, Prabhu. It is wrong. It is wrong. It has a serious effect. It has a serious effect in our practice. That is why we're saying this kind of leadership is making us insecure. Some sincere devotees are insecure. Therefore, they will force to start keeping money. And the moment you want to start keeping money, you become also insecure. It brings insecurity. But the situation is pushing many people to do like that. Those who are weak, they start taking shelter of money instead of taking shelter of Krishna. This is all contaminations. It is wrong. So we should try to change these things in an environment where we are. So we can create a different situation for devotees to become protected and happy. Govind Prabhu.
Maharaj, ISKCON has unanimously adopted and accepted such a phenomenon in order to encourage and motivate people to attain towards Krishna consciousness. Is it in a wrong process?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
So
I would say yes anywhere. You can quote me anywhere. It is yes, it's a wrong process. The Prabhupada did like this. Prabhupada was doing like this. Prabhupada devised so many ways, but was he doing like this? We're not organizing devotees. Many people became attracted to Krishna because how Prabhupada reciprocated with them, not because of their money. We're talking about one lady who is in a movement now because of just Prabhupada recognized. Just because Prabhupada recognized her, she was nothing. She's not considered to anybody, but Prabhupada recognized her. That alone is keeping her in the movement, even though there's so many reasons for her to leave. She's still in the movement because of that. Prabhupada appreciated her position. But we are not doing like that. We are looking at how much money we can get. Then we appreciate those ones. And those who are not giving money, they are not organized, even though they are very sincerely doing their service or practicing the Christian conscience. It's a wrong process, Prabhu. We are adopting a wrong process. And I'm repeating, it's affecting us. It's affecting the movement. We are expanding artificially and not potently. Yes. So many people are falling with fear.
That is the way out, because even in Vrindavan and Mayapur, this culture is prevalent, that is going on, and who will then just dissuade and discourage them that this practice should not be adopted, because we need funds for our development, for our prosperities in different dimensions, means construction of temple, etc., to raise funds. So who will then dissuade and discourage them?
The leaders will discourage, because who are leading? Leader means we are the one leading, and we are the one who are to set the standard. We should set the standard for people to follow. We have no faith in Krishna. That is what I see. We need money. Money will come if we have faith. I have seen for the years I've been in this movement, a lot of miracle in this movement. The miracle which have taken place in this movement were not due to our material expertise. It was due to our sincere loyalty to following Prabhupada. But that has gone down now. That has gone down dramatically. Or drastically. Faithlessness is increasing. That's the problem. Now we are depending on our material abilities, our intelligence. This movement cannot expand by material intelligence. Prabhupada didn't establish it on that level. He established it based on purity. And this movement will grow based on purity, not because of our material abilities. Our material ability is zero, and nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Here in West Africa, I can tell you truly, we don't have any source of income, but the temple is going on. We don't have any sense of maintaining. No source of income to maintain the movement. But the temple is going on as not as big as you have it, but it's going on. Krishna consciousness is going on. What is keeping it? What is keeping it? Not because we don't have money. Our parents are not sending money for us to maintain. We have no faith. So we are making everything difficult.
So Maharaj, how we can overcome this situation?
Let us choose.
Then how we can overcome this?
We individually should start working on ourselves. We individually. We should start working ourselves. If we are waiting for our leader to do, it's not going to work. We should individually do this. We have the right because we are devotees. And Krishna sees in the heart, he knows us. He knows what we are doing. Let us individually see the right thing and start practicing or living the right way. That is the way we can change things. We cannot change anybody. We can change ourselves first. Let us start individual. Yes. Let's continue text 34. Before, he's going to end at 34. So 33. Those who are considered materially powerful and rich are always full of anxiety because of government laws, thieves and rogues, enemies, family members, animals, birds, persons seeking charity, the inevitable time factor, and even their own selves. Those they are invariably afraid. This is true. This is true. This is happening. Anxiety. If you have an anxiety, if you don't have an anxiety. Those in human society who are intelligent should give up the original cause of lamentation, illusion, fear, anger, attachment, poverty, and unnecessary level. The original cause of all this is the desire for unnecessary prestige and money. Prabhupada said, according to Vedic civilization, the ultimate perfection of life is to take sannyas. But at the present moment, people do not know why sannyas is accepted. Because of misunderstanding, they think that one accepts sannyas to escape social responsibilities. But one does not accept sannyas to escape from responsibility to society. Generally, one accepts sannyas at the fourth stage of spiritual life. One begins from Achari and then up to that stage. Sannyas does not mean beginning from door to door to accumulate money for sanctification. However, because in Kali Yuga, people are more or less prone to sanctification, immature sannyas is not recommended. Rupa Goswami, he writes in his book. We have already looked at that. A sannyasi should have an institution meant to preach Krishna consciousness. He need not accumulate money for himself. We recommend that as soon as money accumulates in our Krishna consciousness movement, 50% of it should be invested in printing books and 50% for expenditures, especially in establishing centers all over the world. The managers of the Christian consciousness movement should be extremely cautious in regard to this point. Otherwise, money will be the cause of all lamentation, illusion, fear, anger, material attachment, material poverty, and unnecessary hard work. When I was alone in Vrindavan, I never attempted to construct matas or temples. Rather, I was fully satisfied with the small amount of money I could gather by selling back to Godhead, and those I will provide for myself and also print the literature. When I went to foreign countries, I lived according to the same principle. But when Europeans and Americans began to give money profusely, I studied temples and deity worship. The same principles should still be followed. Whatever money is collected should be spent for Krishna and not for fatting or sanctification. This is the Bhagavad principle. 35 to 37, the two gurus the Brahmana learned from. And the two gurus are bee and the python. 35 to 37. 35 to 37. He learned from two gurus, the bee and the python. The bee and the python are two excellent spiritual masters who give us exemplary instructions regarding how to be satisfied by collecting only a little and how to stay in one place and not move. From the bumblebee, I have learned to be unattached to accumulating money. For although money is as good as honey, anyone can kill it, honor, and take it. It is happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere. Killing fathers, people have killed their fathers to get their money. They kill their brothers to get money. Women kill their husbands to get money. Brothers killing brothers to get money. Servants killing the masters to get the money. It's happening everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. And I remember even as before coming to Krishna consciousness, we used to kill so many bees to get the honey. So we did all these things. So we have practical experience about this thing. The bumblebee has gone so many places to collect the honey and kill one place, one kill and collect it. Kill them and collect it. This is even in a normal way. Even in a normal way, those who are not killing them to collect the honey, but the bee also go and collect everywhere, and we go and collect the money and sell and make money. But the bee doesn't do anything. It doesn't protest. From the bumblebee, I have learned to be unattached to accumulating money. For although money is as good as honey, anyone can kill its owner and take it away. That is true. I do not endeavor to get anything, but am satisfied with whatever is achieved in its own way. If I do not get anything, I am patient and unagitated like a python, and lie down in this way for many days. The Brahmana said, I do not endeavor to get anything. I do not endeavor to get anything. But he is satisfied with whatever is achieved by nature's way. It depends on nature. If I get, it's okay. I am patient and unagitated. Even if I get, I don't get, I'm patient, unagitated. So I lie down in this way for many days. Sometimes I eat a very small quantity. Sometimes a great quantity. Sometimes food is very palatable. And sometimes it is not palatable still. Sometimes prasad is offered with great respect. Other time, no respect at all. With disrespect, with neglect. I saw this in Mayapur. Every time people come to get kitchen prasad in our temple, in Mayapur, we got a lot of insults. This I see regularly. Very, very disturbing to me. I see that. I don't like to pass through where they are doing this because it pains my heart. Lot of disrespect and neglect. Sometimes I eat during the day and sometimes at night. Thus I eat what is easily available. This is the secret to being satisfied in any condition. We have mentioned before, we should not expect. Whenever there is expectation, we will be having anxiety. Any time there is expectation, there will be anxiety. If you want to be happy, don't expect anything. And if it comes, you'll be satisfied. Otherwise, you'll be in anxiety. So he's giving us what to do. To cover my body, I use whatever is available. Whether it be lining, it is silk, it is cotton, it is the bark of a tree or deer skin, according to my destiny. And I'm fully satisfied and unagitated. We will be agitated if we are expecting it. We'll be agitated. We will not be agitated if we are not expecting. This is for me? Thank you very much. Thank you. Right? If you are expecting the servant is going to bring food for you by 9 o'clock, if it doesn't come, be angry. Right? If you're not expecting, anytime it comes, you'll be happy. Yes, if you get appointment, you'll be disappointed when you don't meet with the time. You'll be disappointed. If there's no appointment, you are free. Don't be disappointed. You'll not be angry. That is a sign. Sometimes I lie on the surface of the earth, sometimes on leaves, sometimes on the grass or stone, sometimes on a pile of ashes, or sometimes by the will of others, in a palace, on a first-class bed with pillows. Properly explain. When we are born as a king, so we lie on the bed. In the learned Brahmana's description indicate different types of birth. Not only one birth, different types of birth. For one lies down according to one's body. Sometimes one takes birth as an animal and sometimes as a king. When he takes birth as an animal, he must lie down on the ground. And when he takes birth as a king or a rich man, he is allowed to lie in first-class rooms in huge palaces decorated with birds and other furniture. Such facilities are not available, however, at the sweet will of the living entity. Rather, they are available by the supreme will. Parichaya. Yes. Oh my Lord, sometimes I bathe myself very nicely, smear sandalwood pulp all over my body, put on a flower garland, and dress in fine garments, and sometimes an ornament. Then I travel like a king on the back of an elephant or on the chariot or horse, if one is a king. Sometimes, however, I travel naked, like a person haunted by a ghost. Now 42 to 46 is the last one. 46 is the process of giving up material body and for self-realization. 42 to 46. The process of giving up material body and self-realization. Option finished.